Hello everyone and welcome back in a new episode of our Minecraft series. So it's the third week, the third Sunday before Christmas, and so we begin off our episode by lighting the third candle. If you hear my voice a bit weird, it's because I'm currently a bit sick. I have a bit of a throat ache and a cough, but still I didn't want to leave you without any episode for this very important period of the year, which is Christmas period. So in today's episode I'll be brief and short for this very reason. In this episode we are going to build the last thing that I want to build before Christmas in this area, which is going to be the house, the mountain hut, on one of these slopes. I think over there may be a good place, or over there. So we are going to build this famous mountain hut in which we are simply going to have our bed for this area, so that we do not have to go down the mountain to the... Ooh, a bunny! Hello, we also need to catch them. So that we do not have to go down to the village each time for sleeping, that over there, and neither going back home for skipping the night. Here we have the Christmas tree that we built in the last episode. I'm still quite happy with it, although the only crying shame, let's say, it's that it's a bit barren, but unfortunately, having chosen to use leaves, as I said in the previous episode, if you missed it, go back and watch it, there are many decorations that we can apply to leaf blocks, because they are transparent blocks and a very special kind of transparent, which doesn't allow anything basically to be hanged or placed on top of them, apart from various oddities. I still didn't get any preference on whether or not to add custom heads as a data pack to our gameplay. Please do let me know wherever you can, either in a comment under this video or wherever in my link tree on my socials. So without further ado, allow me to just gather the materials necessary for our build, and we can move on with bringing to life this famous hut that I wanted to build. See you in a bit. So it is now time of our time lapse. I don't know if you heard, I just noticed it later as I was editing this video, but just before the beginning of this time lapse you can hear the poor little bunny we've seen previously fall to its demise. Oh no. Well, I'll have to find some more instead. So we are starting off our time lapse with building on our, say, hidden hut rather than a mountain hut, a classical one. I went in the end for this hidden version. I started by laying out, well, the lining where I wanted the living quarters to be, and this very, let's say, odd or shape is intended to be like that, because I wanted to give a little bit of an organic feel, and also because we'll have to mask it with the surrounding area. Therefore, the shape. I started off with, well, after having defined the shape, I filled in the floor with some temporary quote block. I'll still have to do some texturing, and then I went on with starting with the exterior, with the framework of the actual house. See that I had raised these spruce pillars, and I'm connecting them with this dark oak as a sort of frame. Later on, as you can already begin to see, we will be covering everything with snow. So from our map perspective, it should be pretty hidden, the presence of an outpost, and also it won't ruin as much the mountain with our presence. So after having defined most of the framework, I went on with raising the entire walls. For the time being, I'm always using spruce, but as I said previously, I'm going to later on texture it a little bit with some logs in it, definitely, and some inner decorations, which are obviously not going to use spruce. So the last piece that I said after basically finishing off the entire frame is getting the snow and start filling in the roof. I had to farm a little bit at our farm because I didn't have enough snow for filling in the entire roof straight away. So we will be jumping ahead with a completed roof, and instead focus a little bit more on the interior of this hut. Over to the interior, well, I've laid down this bed, and I started off by first of all retexturing a little bit the floor. Then I went on with removing moving actually the items stored in the 2 chests on the bottom, on the furthest wall, because I had to clear up. I had this idea of putting in a fireplace into that. But before that, after having lit up a little bit the structure, I had to go and get some mangrove wood because I wanted to use it as a sort of how can I put it, detailing material for the ceiling, since it goes quite well with the Christmas theme of the build or of the area. You can see that I'm building these archways as a way of mimicking the structure sustaining our snowed roof. And then I'm moving on a little bit, adding some details here and there, some blocks of snow, roughing up a little bit the junction between the snow ceiling and the spruce walls. After this piece of detailing is over, we move on with actually starting first off with first with the campfire that I want to add in, carving out the place in the furthest wall where the actual campfire is going to go. We're going to use a campfire since I don't trust having wood near live fire. And then the last piece of decoration is going to be the physical interiors. I'm going to use some dark oak as table materials, put in some paintings, some bookshelves, but this is all I'm going to do it all off camera. Back to the video for concluding today's episode. Welcome back. So here we have the finished product. Ta-da! You have seen me building this little fireplace, and now we have an entire home, cozy home with a with a snow ceiling. A bit weird, I know. It's currently snowing, and I don't have my rockets. Should be here. Yep. So you can have a nice look at the area. Well, the build. You can see that the actual build is pretty well hidden, like from the top view. The only thing that gives it away is the chimney, for obviously reasons. But apart from that, like looking at it from above, you don't see all that much. There is a house underneath. Of course, here is now filled to the brim with mobs, so we have to pay a lot. We have to be very careful about where we are. So, allow me to just go ahead and peruse our bed in this little underground hollow, and then we can go ahead and conclude today's episode. Okay, here I'm in front of a little signboard. Now here we have, well, we can go ahead and remove this hut sign. And oh gosh, like that. And the last thing remaining here is the horn farm, but I want also to add in a area map so that we can get a nice bird's eye view of the entire place. I already started moving out these cauldrons from here to over here in a more, let's say, integrated setting. And off camera I'll of course have to add in all the roads, although we won't be seeing them all that much because here it's all nice and flat area, so the area gets easily covered with snow. I hope you will forgive me for cutting this episode short, since due to my bad health. I thank you for having followed me until this moment. Leave a like if you enjoyed this episode and subscribe if you wish to see more like them. And I will be waiting for you, as per my usual, in the next episode. Hopefully with a better health condition. Bye bye!